A famous philosopher once said, "Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself." Good afternoon, everyone. I am Marjorie de Studio. Today, let's talk about globalization. First, let me read the objectives of my topic. First, analyze the key drivers and dimensions of globalization and their interconnections. Second, evaluate the positive and negative impacts of globalization on various aspects of society. Third, appreciate the cultural diversity that globalization promotes while recognizing the importance of preserving local traditions. Fourth, develop a sense of responsibility in addressing the challenges that globalization poses, such as inequality and environmental concerns. Globalization is about how the world is becoming more connected and dependent on one another. It affects almost every part of our lives, from the way we do business to how we interact with people from different countries. For example, international trade has grown a lot, allowing countries to share goods and services more easily. This connection helps economies grow, gives people access to products and jobs from other places, and encourages collaboration across borders. It's like the world is working together as one big team. At the same time, globalization isn't just about economics, it also impacts cultures and societies. People are sharing ideas, traditions, and values more than ever before, which can bring us closer together but also create challenges like the loss of local cultures. By understanding globalization, we can make the most of its benefits like improve access to resources and knowledge while finding ways to address its downsides, such as inequality or cultural tensions. It's a process that shapes how we live and work, and is something we all play a part in. Globalization has made the world more connected than ever. Thanks to trade, travel, and technology, countries can now share goods, services, and investments on a huge scale. These connections help economies grow and create opportunities for people and businesses everywhere. For example, products made in one part of the world can be sold in another, and ideas or innovations spread quickly, improving industries and making life easier for many people. From smartphones to online shopping, globalization has brought us closer and made the exchange of knowledge and creativity much faster. At the same time, globalization isn't just about business, it's also about culture. People from different parts of the world share traditions, food, music, and other aspects of their way of life. This has helped us learn more about each other and build a sense of global community. However, it's not always easy. Many people worry about losing their local identity or traditions as the world changes so quickly. Balancing these new connections with the desire to hold on to what makes each place unique is one of the biggest challenges of living in today's interconnected world. Technological advancements have played a huge role in making the world more connected. Innovations like airplanes and container ships have made it faster and cheaper to move goods and people across the globe. Imagine how long it used to take to ship products or travel between continents compared to now. It's like night and day. On top of that, the internet and modern communication tools let us share information instantly. Whether it's a video call with someone halfway across the world or accessing global news in seconds, technology has made staying connected easier than ever. Economic and cultural changes have also brought the world closer together. Trade agreements like NAFTA or the European Union have made it simpler for countries to do business with each other, creating more jobs and opportunities. Investments across borders have helped integrate economies, while media, entertainment, and migration have encouraged the sharing of traditions and lifestyles. For example, people everywhere enjoy movies, music, and food from different cultures. These exchanges have helped us understand and appreciate one another, even though it also means finding ways to preserve what makes our own cultures unique. One of the biggest drivers of globalization today is technology. With the rise of digital systems like the internet and advancements like 5G, the world is more connected than ever. We can now share ideas, communicate, and do business almost instantly, no matter where we are. This level of connectivity is so significant that some experts call it a new age of globalization. Technology has transformed how countries work together, helping to create a global system where economies are linked and people can collaborate to solve big challenges like reducing poverty or protecting the environment. This digital era has also created both opportunities and challenges for businesses, especially in emerging markets. Companies are under pressure to innovate and compete globally, which can lead to new products, better services, and economic growth. For example, businesses in developing countries can now reach international customers and partners more easily, which wasn't possible before. At the same time, they must keep up with global standards and competition, which pushes them to improve. Overall, technology has made globalization faster, smarter, and more impactful, shaping the way the world works together. Economic liberalization is one of the main forces driving globalization. It refers to the removal of barriers like tariffs and restrictions to make international trade easier. This allows goods, services, and investments to move more freely between countries. Over the past few decades, we've been seeing a big rise in foreign direct investment or FDI, where businesses and governments invest money in other countries to support industries and grow their economies. This has helped both developed and developing countries access the financial resources they need for growth, creating jobs and boosting innovation. Trade agreements also play a key role in economic globalization. These agreements make it possible for countries to trade with each other more fairly and efficiently, often leading to higher standards for things like labor practices or environmental protections. However, it's not always perfect. Some deals might seem like they promote fairness but end up benefiting certain groups more than others. Even with these challenges, economic liberalization has made the world more connected and interdependent, giving countries a chance to work together and share resources in ways that weren't possible before. Cultural exchange is one of the key drivers of globalization, and it happens in so many ways today. Media and entertainment are powerful tools that spread ideas, traditions, and stories across the world. Movies, music, and TV shows from one country can now reach millions of people in different parts of the globe, shaping how they see the world and even influencing their values or lifestyles. This is part of what's known as soft power, where countries use culture and media to build relationships and influence others in ways that go beyond politics or economics. Migration also plays a huge role in cultural exchange. People from all over the world move to new countries in search of better jobs, safety, education, or just new experiences. When they settle in these new places, they bring their traditions, food, languages, and customs with them. This mix of cultures creates richer, more diverse societies, even though it can also lead to challenges as people learn to understand and accept differences. Overall, cultural exchange helps us connect on a deeper level, showing how much we can learn from one another in a globalized world. Globalization impacts many areas of our lives, and one major aspect is economic globalization. International trade has grown a lot, with multinational corporations, MNCs, like Apple and Amazon leading the way. Apple, for example, relies on a global production network, making parts in different countries and assembling them elsewhere. Meanwhile, e-commerce giants like Amazon make it possible for people to buy products from around the world with just few clicks. This interconnected system allows business to reach more customers, but it also shows how much countries depend on each other to keep things running smoothly. Globalization also affects culture, politics, and the environment. Cultural globalization can be seen in the spread of things like fast food, popular music, and fashion, which influence local traditions. Even language is impacted. English has become the global way to communicate. Politically, Organizations like the United Nations and agreements like the Sustainable Development Goals bring countries together to solve big problems. Environmental globalization reminds us that issues like climate change don't respect borders. Efforts like the Paris Accord show how nations are working together to tackle these challenges. All these dimensions of globalization highlight how deeply connected our world has become. Globalization has had many positive effects, especially for developing countries. It has helped boost economic growth by giving these countries access to new markets and allowing them to trade goods and services on a global scale. This has created jobs, attracted foreign investments, and allowed people to improve their standard of living. At the same time, globalization has made it easier for countries to adopt new technologies and share knowledge, leading to better infrastructure, education, and healthcare in many parts of the world. Another great thing about globalization is the cultural exchange it encourages. When people from different countries share traditions, food, music, and ideas, societies become richer and more diverse. Even though globalization isn't perfect and doesn't solve every problem like inequality or environmental issues, it has opened doors for poorer countries to grow quickly. By connecting people and nations, globalization has created opportunities that would have been unimaginable in the past, helping to bridge gaps and bring the world closer together. While globalization has brought many benefits, it also has its downsides. One major issue is income inequality, where the gains from globalizations are often concentrated in wealthier nations and among large corporations, leaving poorer countries and communities behind. Many underdeveloped countries still face poverty, and their people may not fully benefit from global economic opportunities. At the same time, the push for global markets and trades has led to cultural homogenization, where local traditions and identities risk being overshadowed by more dominant global cultures. Environmental degradation is another significant negative impact of globalization. The expansion of industries and the focus on economic growth often come at the cost of the environment, leading to problems like deforestation, pollution, and climate change. Unfortunately, many businesses and countries prioritize immediate financial interests over global concerns like sustainability or environmental protection. While globalization connects the world, it also highlights the need for greater responsibility to ensure that progress doesn't come at the expense of fairness, cultural diversity, and the planet's health. China's rise as a global economic power is a perfect example of how globalization can transform economies. Over the past 4 decades, China's gone from being a relatively isolated country to becoming the world's second largest economy, only behind the USA. Through trade, investment, and opening up its markets, China has positioned itself at the center of the global economy. This shift has not only boosted China's growth, but has also changed the economic balance of power, with East Asia becoming a key player in the global marketplace. Experts predict that by 2028, China might even overtake the USA as the largest economy in the world. Cultural and environmental globalization also show how connected the world has become. Hollywood movies and K-pop music are two examples of how media can influence people's tastes and ideas globally, spreading entertainment and culture far beyond their home countries. On the environmental front, efforts like the Paris Agreement highlight the importance of working together to tackle global challenges like climate change. The Paris Agreement encourages countries to create and improve their climate action plans, aiming for a more sustainable future. These examples remind us that globalization impacts not just economies, but also how we share culture and protect our planet. These are the references of my topic. That's the end of my report. Thank you for listening.